Good morning, 8th graders. Today we're going to learn a new skill called the place kick, but before we do that, we're going to have our instant activity. So when I say go, you're going to be dribbling around space just for a few minutes, and then when I say freeze, you're going to stop, drop the ball, and come in to learn how to do a place kick, all right? So this is what you're going to do when you dribble through space. All right, so you're just going to dribble for a few minutes. Then when I say freeze, so freeze, stop, and then we're gonna do the place kick. So what the place kick is just kicking a stationary ball, which is pretty simple in theory, in practice as well. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna stand on this cone, and she's gonna stand on that cone. So the way she's gonna kick it is she's gonna take a step right next to the ball, a little bit behind the ball, but next to the ball. She's gonna pull her dominant foot back, and then follow through after she makes contact with the ball. Just like that. I'm gonna trap it, I'm gonna reset, take a step back, and then I'm gonna go through the cues for myself. Take a step, pull back, and follow through. So by the end of this class, you should be able to do that 7 out of 10 times and complete the pass directly to your partner. We're also gonna be working on kicking the ball from a regular point through these 2 cones, and you should be able to do that 7 out of 10 times as well. Make sure you remember our cues, which are take a step, you pull your dominant foot back, and then you make contact. After you make contact, you follow through. So step, pull back, follow through. When I say go, you're going to be practicing that. When I say freeze, you're going to drop the ball and you're not going to touch it. You're just going to let it be there in space. All right? Our first activity is going to be the group pass. So we're going to have groups of 5, and we're all going to stand. Each group is going to stand in a circle, and we're going to pass the ball to each other. Before you pass the ball to somebody, you're gonna say their name, mentally go through the cues, and kick the ball to them. Try to make it a successful pass where it goes straight to their feet. Remember, if you point your hips at your target, it's gonna go to your target. All right, let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, so call somebody's name and pass the ball to them, thinking of the cues. Everybody, make sure you're ready to receive a pass. So stay in ready position, keep your knees bent.
Zachary.
All right, now you say a name and pass it to somebody. Good job. Zachary. All right, step, pull back, follow through. Good job. Our next activity is going to be the partner pass. So that's just exactly what it sounds like. We're going to stand we're going to each be at a cone, and we're going to pass to each other, remembering the cues. Step, pull back, follow through. And then as we complete 3 or 4 really good solid passes, we're going to move our cones just a little bit further back and try again. And then we're going to move as far as we can. All right? So step, pull back, follow through. That was a successful pass. So now I'm gonna step, pull back, follow through. And step, pull back, follow through. Now we got 3 successful passes, so she can move her cone a little bit further back, a little bit more. Now we're gonna try again. So it's a further pass, so you need to put a little bit more power into it. So, but you're still gonna be using the same cues. So step, pull back, and follow through. And make sure your hips are facing your target, because that's how you know that it's gonna go where you want it to go. So step, pull back, follow through. There you go. Step, pull back, follow through. Step, pull back, follow through. There you go. Our next activity is gonna be the short, long. So the way this activity is set up is one person's gonna be up at one cone, another one's gonna be right here, and then we're gonna have 2 people on the side. If you have a 5th person in your group, they're gonna be in line behind this person. So the way you do this activity is, this person is gonna start with the ball. They're gonna kick it to this person. This person's gonna stop it, kick it back, then they're gonna stop it and complete a long pass. So it's gonna be short, long. Once they complete the long pass, they're gonna switch places. If you have a 3rd member in your group, they're just gonna move up and this person's gonna be in line. While they're switching, these 2 are gonna complete the short, long passes. As soon as they finish, they switch, and so on and so forth. So we're gonna demonstrate that for you right now. So I'm gonna start with the ball.
Why did you throw the ball?
I'm gonna complete a short pass. She's gonna stop it, short pass back. I'm gonna stop it, long pass, and then we're gonna switch. As we're switching, they're gonna go ahead and start their activity. So short pass, stop. It's okay, go ahead and grab it.
I didn't get it.
Then short pass back. And then long pass. Now they're gonna switch while we do the short, long pass. And we're gonna switch. And they're gonna do the same activity. If it gets a little too easy for you, you can always switch to one touch. So you won't be stopping the ball. The ball's gonna come to you, you kick it right back, but you have to keep it controlled. If it's a little bit too hard for you, take a little bit more time and go through the cues as you get the ball. The ball comes to you, you'll stop it. Think about it, you step, you pull your leg back, and then you follow through. And then the ball will go where you follow through. Just make sure your hips are facing where you want the ball to go. So you're gonna take a step, your hips are facing forward, you're gonna pull back, and then follow through with your hips staying in the same position as when you started. Our next activity is going to be focusing on the kicking through the cones part. So I have the cones set up on each field for y'all, and you're gonna get into partners, so two people, and you're gonna stand on opposite ends of the cones, but with the cones in between y'all. And what your goal here is gonna be to kick it through the cones to your partner. After you make 5 successful passes through the cones, bring the cones closer together and make the goal smaller and make it a little bit harder for you to get it through. Make sure you are thinking about your cues. So step, pull back, and follow through, all right? So this is how we're gonna do it. So we're gonna be standing on opposite ends. So step, pull back, follow through. Gonna come straight to me. I'm gonna step, pull back, and follow through. I'm gonna do this a couple more times. Step, pull back, follow through. Step, pull back, follow through. We got 4 complete passes, almost 5. So for the sake of time, we're gonna move our cones closer together. So we're gonna move it right here. It's gonna make it just that much harder for us to get it in. And the more we keep doing it, the smaller our goal is gonna get. And eventually, it might just be just big enough for us to get a ball through. So step, pull back, and follow through right in the middle. So that's your goal. Try to get it as many times as you can in between without messing up. So you're gonna step, pull back, and follow through right in between the cones. So step, pull back, follow through. Step, pull back, follow through. And we're gonna move them even closer together. Let's try that one. So step, pull back, and follow through. Ooh, just inside. So step, pull back, follow through. If that gets to be even way too easy for you, get further away from your partner and try to do it from a further distance, and it'll make it much more difficult. Breeze, bring it on in. All right, so that's all we have for today. But before I let you go to your next class, I have some questions for you to make sure you understand what we did and why we did it. Ready? What is a place kick?
Kicking a stationary ball.
All right. What are the 3 cues for a place kick?
Step, pull back, follow through.
Good job. And where is your non-dominant foot when you are performing a place kick?
To the side right behind it.
Good job. And why do your hips need to be facing your target when you're kicking?
That helps you aim, and wherever your hips are facing, that's where the ball's going to go.
Perfect. Good job.